See you, buddy. Have a good day. I'll miss you. Love you. Man, I love that kid. There's nothing like coming home after a busy day and seeing him run up to you and give you a big old hug. For just a minute, it's like nothing else in the world matters. It didn't always feel that way. I remember when I first found out that I was pregnant, I was told that the child I was carrying was going to be a bringer of peace. Now, I love the Lord, and may his word be fulfilled, but peace is not how I would have described it. Nope. Messy. It was a mess. I was a mess. You Google messy, you see a picture of me with my son in a barn with a bunch of stinky animals, and don't even get me started on those shepherds. Not what I had intended when I was typing up my birth plan. Nope. It's not the only plan that didn't go quite as I had expected. I remember at a very early age, I had a relationship plan all worked out. It was a very detailed list. I love my lists. Step 1, find a guy. Check. Joseph. He's a great guy. You should all meet him. He's got beautiful eyes, a stunning smile that just lights up the room, and those muscles. Sorry. Step 2. Step 2 was flirt with said guy. Check. Yeah. Step 3, get married. Hashtag it's complicated. Step 4, travel. Well, we did that. We went from Nazareth to Bethlehem, and I was 9 months pregnant. Not a fun road trip. Ruined backpacking for me. Never again. Never again. Step 5, have children. So as you can see, things didn't quite happen in the order I had planned, and more importantly, the order that my mother insisted upon. I can still hear her now. First you get the ring, and the rest comes after the wedding. She had a plan, and I had a plan, but God had a very, very different plan. It happened. I was pregnant. And not just like cute little Duchess of Sussex, baby bump kind of pregnant. No! I was like all over pregnant. The puffy face, the belly out to here, the cankles. How does Princess Meghan walk in those high heels? I mean, I was lucky if I was able to like waddle across my living room in my slippers. Yeah, there was no hiding the fact that I was pregnant. But I tried. Yeah, I really did. Because every time I went out, I could hear the whispers. I could see those glares. The mom judging started before I even had an outside baby. Every time I heard someone laugh, I assumed they were laughing at me. Every time I walked into a room and I saw someone exit, I assumed they were leaving because they didn't agree with my situation. And so I started just to stay home. It was easier that way. I didn't have to explain my situation to people if I just stayed home. I mean, what was I supposed to say? Actually, this is God's child, and yes, I am still a virgin. Who's gonna believe that? Yep. So I hid. And the more I hid, the more shame I felt. So peace? It was so hard to believe that this could be God's plan when the world around me and even those voices in my head told me that I should be ashamed of myself. The angel, he said, "Do not be afraid, for you are highly favored. Unto you a child is born, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, and Prince of Peace." There in my room, I was fearful, but I chose to believe that God had a plan. And you know what? He did. He had his own list. Step 1, he destroyed those voices of judgment around me. Step 2, he silenced those voices of doubt and shame in my head. Step 3, he accepted me as a child of God. Step 4, he sent strangers from near and far who believed in my crazy story. And step 5, he granted me true peace. Have you ever experienced true peace? For those of you who have held an infant in your arms, yep, right up there. And you know that it is bedtime, but they did not get the memo. You hear me? Yeah. And they are just struggling and crying, and you know that if they would just give in and rest in your nice warm arms, that everything would be fine. But they laugh. They're not laughing. They're crying. They cry, and they fight it, and they struggle, and they struggle and struggle, and finally, that struggling just stops, and everything is at peace. That's how I feel when I look at my son. I feel like through this whole situation, I have been that infant, struggling to find peace in this situation. And God, the whole time, has been there holding me in his arms, knowing that if I would just give in and let go and trust him, that everything would be good. And now when I look at my son, I don't hear those whispers. I don't see those glares. The mom judging doesn't bother me, because I am resting in the loving embrace of my Father God, and he has granted me true peace. The only thing that matters now is what he thinks of me. I love that kid. I'm going to go say goodbye to him one last time before he gets to the synagogue. But before I go, I hope that in this season of all the craziness and busyness that's going on in your life, I hope that you can rest in the loving arms of our Father God and experience that true peace like I have. There really is nothing like it. Cheers. Wait up, buddy!